Okay, let's see. Oh, there's the signal. We are live. Okay, let's put up the usual disclaimers here. Oh, goodness gracious, where'd it go? Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. If you are new, I'm going to put all this in the chat. Give me a second here. One-man show here, so, Okay, so if you're new and you have never purchased from me before, I would ask you to please email me your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping information, and your PayPal information. And of course, obviously, to that is that clicking on the wrong thing again. We use PayPal and we go through Pirate Ship for shipping. And we give you the best deal I can do with that. And of course, making sure it's packaged really well, especially if it's something breakable. So let's see here. Let's put that up there. And we do bidding in dollar increments or more, up to $10 and $2 or more. After that, again, I don't ever have items that are, everything's gonna be under $100. I guarantee that. Let me see what else we need to tell you. Oh, yes, right. So once I post the sold in the chat, that usually means we're done with that item. And I know there are snipers out there that try to get their bid in at the last second, and that just means we continue the bidding once that happens. Okay. And I don't think I'm doing any multiple items tonight, so I'm pretty sure I'm not, actually. I know I kind of sometimes say that and then at the end, because it's getting close to 10:30, and I usually try to wrap this up by 10:30. Sometimes I'll start throwing multiple items out there just to get them out there, but that's probably not going to be the case tonight. I don't have as many items as usual. I do have some silver, no gold, nothing marked gold anyway. Gold tone, but no gold items. I do have a few silver pieces tonight. You'll see. I'll tell you what I know about them, and they have none of them been tested, but some I have pretty good confidence in because I know what the source is. Sorry, I know my glasses reflect something wicked on this screen here. So, anyway, let's see here. What else? I guess that's it. We are up in northwest Vermont, for those that are new, who don't know me. And we are about 35 minutes from the city of Burlington, this largest city near us. We're about 2 hours or less from Montreal up in Canada. We're really close to the border. I think, 45 minutes? So we're not, less than an hour to the border with Quebec. So, been there many times. I actually highly recommend Montreal as a city to visit. It's a very nice city. It's some really interesting stuff and some ton of restaurants, a variety you can imagine. I think it's the population is something like 1 million people or more. It's a pretty good sized city. Traffic's crazy, but yeah, we joke about it down here because they do drive fast, even in the city. And let's see what else. Now we finally have had some sunny and warm weather. It's been in the 80s the last few days here, which is not typical usually for us. This early in June, usually it's in the 70s. That's okay. Things are so wet. We haven't had a dry weekend since December of last year, and that's a fact. It's been crazy, and we're going to have another wet Saturday. It sounds like this weekend. So hey, Chris, thanks for joining tonight. I'm glad you caught up with me. I apologize. Oh, that's the other thing. I should apologize. I usually do my thing on Wednesdays, and I get reminded on Monday or Tuesday, oh, we have a concert to go to on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Our grandson was playing at the high school. So anyway, yeah, so that's why we're running it tonight, and try and keep it to the same here. Probably try to wrap it up before 10:30, if not sooner. Got some jewelry. I got some unusual stuff I brought tonight. Just because I'm kind of last minute throw together on some of the items, and some of the items I've just tried to sell in the past, maybe, or maybe I never have. I really don't know. Some of these items, and I may or may not have shown them maybe 2 years ago or something like that. So it'll be a mixture of stuff tonight, but mostly jewelry, is like we've been doing the past couple of weeks. Um, so yeah, thankfully my wife keeps track of my social calendar because I don't. I mean, she tells me put it on my phone, but this one caught us both off guard. Actually, we'd forgotten, both had forgotten about it. So that happens when you get older. You tend to forget things. So I have to write it down. Yeah, if it's more than 3 items, I have to remember to go to the store for. I got to write it down. So still good at remembering numbers, though. That's something I'm pretty good at. I've always been pretty good at. Let me see what else. I guess that's pretty much it. I apologize if I hear a little background noise. That's the air conditioning up here. It was over 80 degrees in this room upstairs. We have a tin metal roof, and it's dark. And hot weather like this, it gets pretty toasty up here unless you have an air conditioner going. Not bad right now. I think 70, 74, 74. Not bad. Not bad. Comfortable. And the air conditioning is keeping the humidity down as well. So I apologize for the noise if that's in the background. If it's too much, just let me know. I can reach over there and shut it off. It's just an inexpensive air conditioner. It doesn't have a remote control. So okay. So I don't typically do clothing, but my wife said, go ahead and throw this up there tonight. So I said, okay, sure, why not? So I'm going to start with one item of clothing that I have tonight, and I'll start with that. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have to do it on this camera, because the other camera is just on that little table, and this won't show. So this is what's the brand? I almost forgot already. Christopher and Banks. It is a size 14WX. I guess that means, I don't know what that means, but there's the, see the tag. Let me get the tag to focus here. So you can see what she paid for it, or marked down to, and the size. Get that on your screen card. Focus now, come on. So it is size. It says X on the thing for size. It's kind of weird. I don't know if that means extra large. Is 14W an extra large? I don't know. It's kind of an off-white. Let me get the light turned up a little bit here so you can see it better. I'm going to hold it up in front of me. It's a long sleeve piece like this. So this is the sleeve. You can see it's got, there's the shoulder, and then it goes down to like that. It's a blend of polyester, cotton, and spandex. It's got a button. Oh, get on camera here. The back of the collar, the back, it's got a button fastener here on the back. It does stretch. It is quite stretchy. So like that's the spandex, and so it's kind of white with a. Yeah, I'm trying to get on the camera here. Sorry, like that, and then with the longer sleeve, and then there's no, just a simple bottom. I'm trying to hold it up here. Sorry. And so that's. And she said, "Hey, Marlene." So what does it? This is what I say. Size 14W, Christopher and Banks, and this is long sleeve as I showed. And she said $5. It's brand new, never been worn. Still has the tags. And I know most of you, a lot of my people out there are not resellers, but if you were a reseller, this would be a good item. I just don't have the time to put it on. So there's the Christopher and Banks. So you turn that around. Tag. There we go. CJ Banks. Like I said, it's got this little. Okay, so that's the back tag, and then say it's got this little elastic button fastener on the back. So I didn't know anybody something like that would be interested in that, but anyway, that's where it is. I actually have I do sell some clothes on eBay, and I have a mannequin sort of that I usually take pictures of and post them like that. But she said just put it out there and see if anybody wants it. It's brand new, and she just wants to give somebody a good deal. You can see what she paid. Well, it was listed for. I don't know if that's what she paid, but that's what it was. That's the tag on it. It said she paid. It was $30-something. So there it is. Okay. Okay. So like I said, we're just going to throw a quick. Well, I don't know if we'll pass on that. Anybody else seeing it later or something wants to see it? Again, I always tell people if you see something and it doesn't look like it's sold, email me and I'll let you know. I'm going to start with a couple of non-jewelry items here, and then might do like I did last week and throw a couple items here and there in between. I think I don't have that many though. I'd say 2 or 3, and that's about it. Most of this jewelry. So I do have a Trifari piece tonight, but there's something with it. There's something wrong with it, and I'll explain that when I get there. But I do want to bring that up front, and in case I forget to say it. I say I'm getting forgetful lately sometimes. So yeah, Christopher & Banks is a good brand. They used to have a store here, and that's one of the stores we lost. So okay, let me switch cameras and go to my little tabletop. And like I said, here's I did put this in the hashtags. I was going to do a couple household items, and this is one of them. I'm calling it household. It's a general term, but this is brand new. It's called a Professional. It is a spiral veggie slicer. Instantly makes veggie pasta and stir fry from carrots, zucchinis, and cucumbers. Brand new in the package. So I'm just going to call this a veggie slicer. And we'll start this at $5. Anybody's interested? Like I said, brand new. Here's the back. Shows more pictures of how to use it, how to clean it. Who makes this thing? 100% satisfaction guarantee. Of course, it's made in China. Dishwasher safe, it says. Instructions are in French as well as English. Oh, that's interesting. It's by something called Good Cook. And so that's what it kind of looks like. And you can see, show the picture up close here if I can get it without the glare. You can see how she's doing it there, and there's stuff, the vegetables going into the thing and then coming out all sliced up. So kind of a small. Oh, you're under it. Oh, that's right. You're in Texas. Yeah. We were just watching that earlier. We were watching one of the storm chasers on YouTube, and it was in western New Mexico, right on the border between New Mexico and Texas. They were showing at the time we were watching. This is a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours ago, and storms were coming through there. So I assume it's moving eastward. So we have friends in Austin, and of course I know some of the folks out in Texas that are have auction sites as well. But yeah, so be careful out there. Yeah, we like Ryan Hall. We watch him as much whenever he comes up because he kind of covers it all. This guy was specific to Texas that we were watching earlier. Like I said, we have friends that live in Austin. We have some friends that just north of there in Georgetown. And then, of course, we know some folks up in Sherman. So, and a few other areas up down there, as well as you know, Chris. So, keep safe. Keep safe. Okay. So that is the veggie slicer. Yeah, he's good. Ryan Hall's good. I got one of his Yolometers for snow. Sitting on my back deck. Okay, we're going to pass. All right. So, yeah, our friends that moved down there, oh gosh. See, the daughters, let me see, had to be 35 years ago they moved down there from here. So, yeah, he transferred with IBM down there in Austin. Oh, shoot, I forgot about that, too. I got anybody's into Pampered Chef, I got a Pampered Chef item coming up. Okay. Let's start with some jewelry right away. Okay. Yeah, bring these up. Get my hands out of the way here. I'm going to bring this a little closer. As close as I can get here. Give you some good detail. Okay, so these are I'm going to just call these the blue and orange earrings. And these aren't your typical. I'm going to start these. What can I put this down for? Gotta write this one down. Oh, there you are. A $5 slot. I was thinking it was that, and I wasn't sure. So, but these are not. These are sort of a shepherd's hook. I say that because usually a shepherd's hook is a little more defined than that. But that's the hook on them right now. You can see that the hook goes right. It's the stone that they've dyed here. I'm assuming this is a dyed stone. It's very cold, so it is not plastic. But they, I see Merlin at 5. Yeah, and the so it's drilled through and mounted that way. So okay, so we will say going once. Excuse me. This is the worst time. Spring is the worst time for me with my allergies. Fall's not bad at all, and summer fluctuates. So I apologize. I clear my throat a lot. I am drinking fluids like crazy. Most antihistamines don't work for me. So okay, last call, and we will say sold to Marlene for $5. Okay, thank you. Whoops, what did I just do? There it is. Okay. All right. Let me write that down. All right. Let's see here. Let's go with an unusual piece. This is a choker. I just came across this today. I didn't even know I had it. It was kind of scrunched up in the box, so I'm afraid it didn't help it any when it did that. But it's definitely for somebody who is a pet owner, maybe. I didn't realize, first when I first saw it, I didn't realize what it was a choker. Like I said, it kind of needs to be stretched out a little bit here. Let me see if I can get that to stretch out so it shows properly. So you can see the paw there. It says Pitbull there. It says love on that. And kind of a silver tone thing right there. Oh, the camera looks like it's showing it backwards. Isn't it? Oh no, I got it upside down. Ah, there we go. That'll do it. Well, hang on a second. I know I'm doing it. There. I need the doggy paw down. Okay, I should say it properly now. You can see it says Pitbull. You can see, and this says love in here inside this little piece here. But it's a choker. I'm just going to call it the Pitbull choker. And that sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? It's Pitbull choker. I'm not trying to choke a Pitbull, but you know what I mean. We'll start this at $4. I don't know the length. I didn't measure it. I'll grab my tape measure on my ruler. And I'm going to guess it's around. It's pretty short. Overall length looks like about 8 inches. So it's a small neck. Maybe it's for a dog. What do you think of that? That collar for a dog, maybe? I guess it could be. All right. It's not long. So anyway, there's kind of weird thing it is. But it is. We saw kind of an odd piece. So I thought maybe somebody might be interested in something like that. I could see you putting this on a small dog. It says pit bull. Call. Oops. I need to do that. All right, I'm not going to keep that one too long. Just thought it was an interesting piece. Okay, we're passing that. Oh, gee. This time of the year. Oh, let me get my thing off the screen here. Bring this up. And it's time for barbecue, and that includes having a corn on the cob. So the pig corn holders, we will start at $5. A lot of $5 items in there, I think. Brand new. Made by a company called Charcoal Companion. Stainless steel prongs, 4 sets. It says warning: prongs are sharp. I hope so. Kind of hard to pierce the corn without something sharp. Okay. Let's see here. What's next? Yeah, let's go with this. Let's gotta check on one thing while it's up there. Yeah, they all went in. Yeah, that's true. I like that. Yes, they all went to the inside of the market. And what if the younger generation would get that reference? I mean, who still says this little piggy? I mean, unless you happen to see it in a movie, maybe. Right? That's what I think. A lot of these references that we joke about sometimes, it's from a TV show or a nursery rhyme or something like that. That's predates current generation. All right, we'll pass on corn holders. Not a problem. Side. How about a bracelet? Now close here. Get the light bell on there. Get rid of that off the screen. And this is a shell and oops, can't type. And amber glass bracelet. And as you can see, it's got a toggle fastener on it. I'm starting this at 7. I think that's what she said. Yeah, 7. Let's see, show that and that. And that. Oh, and the blouse. Okay, let me show this up close. There's the toggle bracelet. The bracelet. I didn't see any markings on there. There's the shell pieces and the amber glass. It is glass. Definitely cold to the touch. I can give you a length here. I'm going to guess it's probably 7, as most of them are, or 7.5. 7.5. Toggle back in there. Okay. I actually have the color of it comes out better against my hand than it does against that white table. Yeah, that looks much more like it does when it against that white table. Sometimes it just doesn't show right. But you can see it better against the flesh tone. Oh, a few little silver tone beads in there for accent, of course. Okay. All right. Cross that off the list. And let's see, we haven't done earrings? No, we haven't done earrings yet. How about... All right, well, we've got some more pet theme things here tonight. Let's try this. And this is the first of some of this of one of the silver items I'm going to show next. So we'll pass on this. Ooh, siren's going off. Well, be safe here, Chris. Be safe. Be safe. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. If she gets to see this later, it's all right. Okay. So these are the ear wires. They're shepherd hooks. Are marked 925. I'm fairly sure that the kitty cat themselves are either silver plate or silver, not pewter. So I did not find any markings on them, though. I did look twice, and I'll look again just for setting my own sanity here. But I'm pretty sure there was no marking on the back. Let me get my, see if I can flip it over here and show it on camera. But you'll see the back. I want you to see the back. I didn't see any marking, but the marking is very, very plain on the ear wire. If we can get that to focus. Come on, focus. No, actually, yeah, you can see it right there. It's not focusing, but I think you can sort of see that it's there. Oh, come on now. Anyway, kitty cat earrings. Goodness gracious. All right. And let me see. I think for these, I was going to say 7, I think. Oh my goodness, I can't spell the word earrings now. We'll start these at 7. And you can see that, next to my thumb, they're not very big. They're a nice, delicate earring. Excuse me just 1 second. My glass of water's got condensation on it. It's getting my table all wet. There. Okay. So there's that. Let's see. Let's go to the next non-jewelry item. Again, a pet-oriented thing. Actually, more dog than cat this time. Okay, we'll pass on the earrings. That's okay. Not everybody's a cat lover. We have one. We have a dog. Okay. This is a brand new dog harness. And it's made by a company called Peerless Pet. It's a size small, which is 14 to 20 inch, which, they're adjustable. This has got the hook on the front as well as the hook on the top. I believe how they work these. But there's the one hook there, and it's a bright orange color. Brand new. So I suppose it can be used for cat. It doesn't specify what pet, but it does say small breeds like Boston Terrier, Brittany, English Springer Spaniel, Greyhound. I never thought of a Greyhound's a small breed. Standard Schnauzer, Welsh Terrier for dog up to 20 pounds. So, where was I? I was trying to type that in. My comment disappeared. That's weird. We'll start this one out. I think I didn't want that much for it. I think it's another $5 item or something like that. Yeah, $5. Cat. That's right. So anybody looking for a new harness for a small dog, small breed, brand new, still has a tag on it, and a bright orange. I am still planning an auction next week, and I'm hoping to keep it on Wednesday again. But the week after, I will be away, so that will not happen on the. Let's see, it'll be the 18th. 18th, I will not be in auction. I'll be back on Thursday, but I'll have just gotten back from a long vacation, traveling, and I don't think I wouldn't have any time to do a decent job. So, okay, no interest in the dark harness. Let's go back to some jewelry. How about this? I think I showed this before, but I didn't realize it had a whole set. And now to take a piece of it. There it is. This is, I know I've shown this before. It is a Laurel Birch earring and necklace set. And I will show it better here in a second. Let me make sure I spell the name right here. Laurel. It's Burch set. We're starting this at $10. And I did comp this guy. I was kind of curious. Some of the sets go kind of crazy. I didn't think the prices were all over the place. So, but it's black, kind of a. If you look at it with the light, it almost like I say, really dark, not black, but more of a dark purple, depending on how the light hits it. I think you can kind of see it here when I'm doing it, when I'm hitting it with the light. And then the silvery tone surrounded by that kind of a bluish tone. I see Marlene at 10. Yeah, I did see. Like I said, the prices were all over the place. So, well, I should show the back. So the back is signed or marked or whatever you want to call it. So there's official. There. Oh, there we go. There's a nice focus. Looks like I spelled the name right. So I don't know. I didn't check for any other markings. They don't. If it's, I don't think they're silver. It didn't. I could not. Confirm what that word was. So I get a decent price out there, and So we'll say going once. Excuse me. Going twice. Last call. Excuse me. Sold to Melanie for $10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got a few signature pieces tonight. Not that many, but a few. Let me find a bag to put that in, keep them together. And we'll put a pin out there. How's that? Throwing stuff around here. All right. I'm going to put this nice little pin up. Let me get rid of that message on the screen. We'll call this the blue crystal pin. We'll start this at $5. And there's no markings on it that I could find. It's still very pretty. Yeah. Now let me get a bag for this. Okay. Yeah, move my camera just a little bit here. Still seems to be a little awkward position here for me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Marlene. Like I said, I try to pass on the deals I get to you folks. So, and we do get some good deals out there. My wife has got a really keen eye for some of this stuff. So, okay. I guess we'll do some dichroic necklaces here. A second. Oh, let's see what happened. I'll fix the problem here. Give me a second. Yeah, we were watching a couple auctions over the last couple days, and some of the folks are really reasonable in their stuff, and some are asking what I consider good prices, not inexpensive, but certainly worth what they were asking. No, I didn't want to do that. Got a problem here. I'm going to hold off on these for a second. Okay, we'll do this other thing instead. Okay, we're going to pass on that. Hey, Kellyanne. Yeah, I mean, we do watch other people's auctions and do buy stuff out there that, for ourselves. Not for resale. I don't generally find anything. The stuff we sell ourselves, we source otherwise. And for I don't know if Kellyanne was around when I talked about these pieces. This is a dichroic glass. It's on a gold tone chain. Nothing special about the chain. It's really the piece that's the key here. We met the artist, and she was moving to South Carolina and gave us a really good deal because she just didn't want to take all the stuff with her. So nice to see you. So we're going to call this dichroic. Blue and green. It's got more than blue and green in there, but I'm going to call this the blue-green necklace. I showed this one last week. Maybe I showed one that was similar to this last week. Start this one at $8. All of these dichroics I have marked at $8, and to start with when you're starting bid. So, which you're welcome to bid higher, but. But here's the first one. I have some tonight. I have a few tonight. We've been showing these over the past week. Let's see, what's the next one? Oh yeah, I got a couple more non-jewelry items. But I think after that will be pretty much jewelry for the rest of the night. But okay, let me show this up. So to show you the size here next to my thumb, I'm doing a reference size here, and show you what it looks like up close. And of course, this dichroic glass, the back looks like that. And it's got a gold tone bail on it. So we threw a gold tone chain on it. So you have a chain to go with it. There it is. Okay. No, that's right. Now we're going to do. I don't have. See, I only have a couple. It's going to be mostly necklaces and earrings tonight, I think. I do have a couple sterling. Like I said, we have one more sterling piece left. I've got a Trifari piece I'll show you shortly. And there's a flaw with it, and I'll show you why. I also have another Lea Sophia piece tonight, so just to kind of give you a heads up. I didn't get to do a preview, so I'm trying to give you guys a heads up now so you know what's coming. Okay, we'll pass on this one. I say I've got a few more coming of the dichroic glass, so if you didn't like that one, you might like the next one or two. All right, earrings. Let's go with these. Yeah. How about these earrings? Oops, let me get that off the screen. I don't remember these are. I think this. No, I don't think that's glass. I don't think it doesn't feel cold to the touch. So I'm going to say it's not glass. You get the hang better here. We go. So you can see them better. Blue dangly earrings. And we'll start these at $4. Oh no, it's the one. Not that one. What did it do? Sugars. Yeah, not that one either. Alrighty. Oh, I see killing at 4. We'll say going once. Going twice. Hope Chris is okay out there. I haven't heard her back out here yet, so. For those that are joining late, Chris, who was in the chat earlier, they're having tornado sirens in Texas, part of Texas. Oops. Fat finger down. $4. There we go. Thank you, Chris. Let me write your name down on that. Not Chris. Sorry, Killian. K. Too many K's. Killian. I wrote down the right name. Don't worry. I was thinking about Chris because she's there in Texas. Okay, let's do it. I keep talking about it. Let's show you the Trifari piece. Okay. Now, gee, it looks nice, doesn't it? If this was, I looked it up. This pin, if it was in mint condition, would be over $50. But it's got a flaw. This one is damaged. And because of that, it is repairable. But can anybody pick out what it is? I know there's a little delay here in the chat and video and all that stuff, so I'll wait a few seconds here. But you probably can't tell from the way the lighting's hitting it. As I bring it up closer, I think you can tell that. Let me get something to point with. It's even hard to tell sometimes even on camera, but right there, the stone is missing. And the stones are all pretty similarly shaped, a little kind of emerald cut kind of pear-shaped crystals. But I still thought, and I did look. We have bins and bins and bins and bins of jewelry stuff from when my wife's had her jewelry business. And I thought we had stuff like this. I really did. And maybe we do, maybe just didn't look in the right bin. But I said, well, I'm still going to give somebody a chance at this if they want it and they can fix it. You really have to look for it. But there's the Trifari name. See if I can get it to focus. The light's a little too bright, maybe. But it is Trifari. So, damaged Trifari tin with, and I'm going to put that in the chat because I want to make sure people are clear. With missing stone, missing crystal. Because it is repairable and could be worth a significant amount of money if repaired, I'm going to ask just $10. That. Again, fat fingered it again. 10, not exclamation 0. So again, it is a Trifari. It is marked or signed, as they say. But I'm trying to get that to focus it. There we go. You see the marking there. I did look where I had stored it, and I thought, well, maybe I got knocked out from who knows what. I don't know. I'll probably a trip to any of your local shop, craft stores or something like that, where you can pick up a little crystal that'll fit in there for less than $1, probably. I just didn't have the time to do that. But again, you really got to look for it because the silver backing where the missing stone is, unless you're holding it just like I am right now in the light, you can't even tell it's missing. So I see Killian at 10. Thank you, Killian. Excuse me. You said going once. There I am, fat finger again. Going twice. I keep my finger away from the shift key. Last call. Sold to Killian for $10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Put that at your other item. Okay. What's next? Oh, let's do another one. This is one I may have shown a year or two ago in an auction, I think. I say that because I've got bins and drawers full of stuff, and when I finish an auction, sometimes I just throw these back in the bin and say, oh, I'll do it again sometime in the future. So that's what I'm going to do again here. This is a necklace with a barrel clasp, brass style barrel clasp, little brass beads in between, all natural stone. This thing is very long. I'm going to bring the camera up here so you can see it better. I'm going to guess this thing's about 30 inches. I'll have to get my tape measure for this one. I'm going to say, where's the barrel here? I'm going to hold it up so I can see it. It is 16 inches. So 16-inch drop. So that's a 32-inch stone, natural stone necklace. And you can see it's quite a variety of stones in there. I think there's some moss agate, various agates in here mostly. I would say a little bit of jasper there, it looks like maybe. Some quartz, mostly agates, I would say, on this thing, I would say. So I'm calling this the multi-stone necklace. What did I say? 36? No, 32 inch. So 32 inch. We'll start this one at $10 also. Now, if you're a craftsy person and you really don't need a necklace that long, you certainly could recycle this and do a lot of things with it. But if you don't, I say it has a nice variety of graduated. As you start with the smaller stuff and go to the larger stuff to the base of it. So here it is. Nice water here. Okay. So I'm just going to put Kellyanne's stuff in the bag so we can separate it from get confused with other stuff. Rather numerically significant day today for my daughter, my youngest daughter, her birthday, and my middle daughter's her anniversary. Yes, they got married on my daughter on her sister's birthday. It's just the way things had to worked out. But, okay. Oh, I see Kellyanne at 10. Sorry, Kellyanne, I had turned around. I wasn't paying attention. We'll see. Going once. Going twice. The last call. And sold Kellyanne for $10. Thank you. And put that in the bag with the rest of your stuff. I will try and package that Safari pen. In fact, I might be tempted to just put it in a small box just to keep it from getting any further damage in case the other stones might be loose. So I will try and do that for you. As I'm a little worried about it getting damaged. Okay, well, the one and only ring of the night. Bring the camera down. And this is a really, hang on, let me write this down for Kellyanne first before I forget. So this is a Leah Sophia, they call it a wishing well ring, size 10. And it is marked on the inside. You can sort of see it there on the band, Leah Sophia. Some call it one of the descriptions I saw when I found this online was they call it yellow topaz. I don't know if it's really topaz, but it's certainly, there we go. Trying to get that to focus. But you can see the ring, and it's a size 10. I did check it through Mandrill. So let me write this in the chat here. Bet you're expecting it. I said Leah Sophia earlier, but you're expecting something like, a necklace or bracelet. No. This is a size 10 ring. I think what they say was a wishing well ring, they call it. Don't ask me why it's called that. Don't know. $7 start. How's that sound? So again, I'll show it on my finger here in a second, just so it's up on the screen. So size 10, that's gonna, you can see I can't get it past my knuckle. I have very, my knuckles are just gone. Arthritis. But it is it's got a little bit of weight to it. Not too bad. Oh, you fit on my pinky. Yeah, I can get it on my pinky. No, it is not adjustable. Yeah. Like I said, I have my mandrel here. You can see you can see the 9 and the 11. It's right on the 10. And you can see I got it upside down, but you can see that says, let me see if I can get it right side up. You can see the Lea Sophia written in the base of it there. Yeah. I do have a bunch of it. I do have some, I would call vintage adjustable rings somewhere. I have no idea where right now. I did come across my whole drawer of rings, but I have a bunch of stone rings. If you're interested in any kind of anything like that, I have a ton of them. From my wife had, again, back in the day when we had our business. But I call it witch. I misspelled wishing. Oh well. Good grief. On a computer for 4 hours a day working. You think I'd be a better typist? But I'm horrible. Absolutely horrible. Okay. And show that. Okay. Now let's do some ears. Yeah, I have. I'll show you. I'll think if they're close by. I'll show you my little tray of rings I have. Okay, so we'll pass on this. I do know a few folks out there were looking for something in that range for size a couple months back, but I honestly don't remember who it was, or if there's somebody who I see routinely or not. So, okay, these are a cloisonne-like, I guess you'd call it. You can see that the material. Sorry, it's gonna be easier to do it with my hand, I think. I just have them on the card so they don't get separated. These are dangly, and they're. I'm gonna hold it in my hand here, but you got to see it's not smooth. It is a patterned ring, like a cloisonne, like I guess you'd call it. I don't know if it's true cloisonne, but anyway, I'm gonna call it blue cloisonne. I'm misspelling cloisonne probably. Earrings. Only $4 for those. How's that? We'll start at $4. Let's see, Kelly at 4. And so we will see going once. Oops, I got to put my cursor in that place. Going once. Going twice. Last column. So, 2 and $4. Thank you. And we'll put that with your other stuff. Okay, let's see. Let's do one of the dichroic. I should do this one. I've got one of the dichroics. It's really petite, and I put it on a silver. Uh, it's a silver bale instead of a gold tone like the others. Petite. You can see the next to my finger. It's quite small. It's on a silver plated chain, and it's at up close. No different than the others though. So it's an $8 start. So small. What happened here? Right. Oh, cool. I'm glad to see that. Stackable base. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. For all the jewelry I sell, I'm still learning. So my wife, like I said, she had the business between her and my granddaughter. They do quite a bit more about jewelry and educate me as things go. So, I used to do a lot of work with stones and stuff, but not that much. But anyway, okay. So what do I say? Small. I'm gonna call. I guess it's sort of a purplish tone. So I'm gonna say call small purple dichroic glass on silver plate chain. We'll start this at $8. Is all of them. And I should do that. I've got one other item. I'm going to show. It's not jewelry. I think. Oh, two items. Sorry, two items. It's not jewelry. I forgot about those. They were tucked away here off to the side. Okay. All right. I honestly don't know if the bale that she put this on is silver or not. I don't assume it is. I don't know. It has that cast that it appears it could be silver, but I don't know. Not magnetic, so. Okay. We'll pass on that one. And this is a large item I'm going to show next. It'll fit on my table here. But I got to bring the camera up and see if anybody recognizes what it is. Get the message up. Look at that off the screen. Boom. Anybody recognize this? We wouldn't be surprised if some of you do. Let's see here. Where did I write that down? Here it is. Okay, this is a Pampered Chef. And when I looked this one up, it has been discontinued. So retired. Sorry, I'm still trying to type here. Oh, I'll show you the markings and stuff. We'll start this at $10. And that's a lot less than what I say I'm going for. So just to show you that it is really Pampered Chef. The Family Heritage Collection. It's in excellent condition. It's got a little bit of staining here on the bottom. I don't know if that's why. Maybe somebody did use this, but if they did, it is slightly used, I would say. So it's got some staining in it. But if you know anything about Pampered Chef, that's typical of use. So that's why it's not new. But even not new, there's these things. I can't get over what some of the stuff goes for. My wife she has a pizza stone she uses all the time. She doesn't have a need for the bowl, but what was the other thing we had? Oh, she had cookie sheet. Oh my gosh, $50 they want for this. $50 to $75, depending where you look, for this cookie sheet. This is crazy. But raises a cookie nut in your stomach. Well, I I can do some cooking, um, so I get by, but I don't do a lot. There are some dishes I can do pretty well, and I do barbecue. It's more, like a lot of guys do, but I do have a few things I can cook well. My wife leaves anything that goes in the air fryer pretty much to me, so she doesn't like to use it. She likes what comes out of it, but she doesn't like to use it. I'm good at doing chicken wings in the air fryer. I can do. What have we been doing lately? Oh, by the way, if you haven't got an air fryer, I highly recommend them. But reheating pizza in an air fryer, man, what a difference compared to when you try to reheat it in a microwave. Or, well, of course, reheating it in the oven is the best thing, but uh, who wants to wait the time you have to heat your oven up to do pizza? So the air fryer, done in minutes, so it's really cool. It comes out really well. I forget what else I've cooked in there. There have been a lot of things. Oh, we do sweet potatoes in there. That takes a long time. So, okay, now I'm interested in dishes. Mom does Mexican or Latin dishes. Ooh, fresh salsa. That sounds good. I gotta be careful with the spicy foods, but I do like a good salsa. But, yeah, that's cool. That's quite a combination, Egyptian and Mexican. That is really cool. Alrighty. Let's see here. What are we going to do next? All right, we'll pass on this. And I promise I would, if somebody won't buy that, I would be shipped very carefully. Okay, like I said, I've got some more dichroic. So let's do another dichroic. Here's a smallish one. I wouldn't say tiny, but compared to some of the ones I've had in the past. Blue and red. Gold, blue, and red, I guess this one is. Again, $8. Gold tone chain. Oh, this one doesn't have a black back. This one has a red background. That's interesting. A bit of a pattern in that blue. It's interesting. And I'm going to those up on the screen. Oh, I know what. I'll leave that up for a second while I reach over and get something. This is all for Kellyanne. I'm just trying to get something here. So give me a second. Okay. No interest in this one. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, we'll pass on this. And so I wasn't planning on showing these tonight, but I do have a bunch. I know there's been interest in the past, and we got one non-stone ring in there, but what that is. Even marked. Yeah, the costume, just a costume ring. Probably just stuck it in there. But these are all stone. All of them are size. There's a size 5, and there's a size. They're all marked. That's a 5. They're all pretty small. So they're 5s and 6s mostly, I think. That's 5 1/4. You get the idea. This one here. This is carnelian, and that one is a 6 or 7. I can't tell. The writing's a little faded. Let me throw it on the anvil here real quick. Looks like about a 7.5. The thing about these stone rings is that you give them a good sharp hit and they're broken. This carnelian, there's a couple of the carnelian ones in there. Is there something that would be interesting to you, Killian? If not, they're all different colors and shapes and sizes, and they're all stone, real stone. I think that one's onyx, for example. And this carnelian, and this looks like hematite. She did label a lot of these. Mother of pearl. There's an agate, another hematite, so on and so forth. Pretty cool stuff, huh? 8 or 8.5. Ooh. 7 1/4. Not in this batch. I don't think so. No, it's 6 or 7. Yeah, 6. Not in this batch. I have another batch I'll look at and grab them while we're showing something else. So anyway, I've had those for years, kicking around. At one point, I think I forget who was, somebody else a while back offered to buy them all, and I was willing to sell them. But they didn't change their mind. And I wasn't asking a lot for them, so I think it was like $3 or $4 a piece, something like that. Another pair of cloisonne styled earrings. These are more reddish, and you can see there's definitely a raised pattern to them. What was I asking for the cloisonnes? $4, yes. So I'm going to call these the red cloisonne earrings. We'll start these at $4. And they're, I don't think there are any special. I think it's stainless. I don't think it's sterling. I think they're sterling. I mean stainless steel. Bare wires. So you get the idea of the pattern. Looks like a little flower and kind of pattern on there. So. Yeah, I have. Let's see if that drawer's. I can reach it again. It's my drawer with some really oddball rings. I don't think I have anything that large. I think they're all 5s, 6s. Yeah, 5s and 6s. For some reason, we never got any of the really large ones. I could look sometime. That one. Just drop this on there. That's a 5 also. Or 7. 7 1/4. Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple of those adjustable rings you were talking about. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, okay. Rings is not something I come across a lot of. And Oh, I see Kelly at 4. Sorry, my cursor was blocking your bid. Going once. Going twice. Last call. So, okay. $4. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, oh yeah. I do have this one sterling piece that we will show next. It's a very delicate little chain. And I'll show that first. And I'll show you where it's marked. I can get it to focus. I think you can sort of read that, but I'm not sure if you can see that. How well you guys see it on camera? But it is say 925. I think it might even say Italy, but I can't remember. Let me grab my loop. So one thing I don't have is a good magnifying glass to magnify things on camera for you guys. I need to work on that sometime. Yeah, Italy, that's right. So it says 925 Italy on the chain. Very delicate little chain, as you can see. And then the pendant is a little crab. And the crystal is an amethyst piece. And this is the pendant itself is marked 925 Brazil. I think you can sort of see that on the screen. If I can keep my hand steady enough. It says 925 on one side and it says Brazil on the other. Oh, up here on the bail, sorry, on the bail it says Brazil. So, oops, I get rid of that thing off the screen here. So, we're going to start this one at 14. So, I don't know if it's the crowd for astronomy. Who's the what is that? That's isn't that the month of June? I don't know. I can't remember any of that stuff anymore. We used to know all that stuff because we used to do a lot of jewelry for that. This little guy, and then the color of the stone doesn't. It's a pale amethyst. You can sort of see it a little bit on camera. It's a little bit purplish. July. Okay, July. Thank you. So, I'm gonna say it's a pretty long chain. I want to say that's 22. So 22-inch chain. If there's any interest. Yeah, I should remember that because one of my daughters is born in July. One in June, one in July, one in January. It's one of the things I can keep straight. At least don't forget birthdays. Don't forget anniversaries. Yeah, we're planning a trip to go do some gold painting in a couple weeks. So maybe I'll strike it rich. No, probably not. I know the area pretty well where we're going. We'll be lucky if we get a gram or two of gold. So that's all for the fun of it. So in Maine, there's a lot of gold in New England. There was actually a gold rush here in Vermont in the 1850s. And they took out close to, I guess they said, the article said it was close to $1 million worth of gold. They never did find the vein, though. So, all right, we'll pass. No interest in the silver necklace and pendant. Okay, earrings. I know I've got at least a couple more pairs somewhere here. Or do I? Oh, I know what. I do have one other non. Boy, I'm not sure how I can show it. What did I do with the rest? I lost it. I lost the place. Hang on. Oh, what did I do with it? That's. Huh. Well, not there. Okay. I'll show you anyway, but it's missing one thing, and I don't understand where it went. I must have dropped it somewhere en route. I have a look kind of funny on camera. I have a doll, and it's. I'm gonna have to back the camera up here to show it. Um, so it's porcelain, head, hands, and feet, and it looks to be a really well-made dress. Um, and the body is cloth. Tag hanging off the back. Let me take that off there. So just need to. I had a hard time trying, and it comes with a hat as well, like a little cap, not a cap. It's a, but anyway, it's like a what you'd see maybe like a maid wear or not that either. That's a bad description, but it's more vintage than. I wish I could figure out what I do with it. But she has a hat. She wears. I thought it was sitting here on the shelf next to where I have it, but apparently I dropped it somewhere between where I stored it and where I brought it up. So anyway, doll. That out of the picture here. Sorry. So porcelain, no markings. Here's the back. There's the dress in the back. She's tall. I would say, I think she is, I want to say 16 or more. Almost 20 inch. Between 19 and 20 inch in length. So I'm just going to call this a vintage doll. And we'll start this bidding at $10. Okay, I'm gonna put this other stuff down here too. Getting to the end of my list of stuff. I mean, I'll wrap this up by 10 o'clock. I do have a couple more dichroics and one other necklace that I'll show here shortly. But there's the doll. Like I said, she's very well made. Like I said, it's definitely is porcelain. And so you can see that it's a porcelain hand, but then it comes cloth here, and it's cloth here. And this is a porcelain that's fixed to the cloth, and then the buttons in the back, and you can see the cloth body underneath. So pretty interesting. Hard to get a good idea of what these really are worth. But I don't know if anybody's out there who's a doll collector or not, but I thought I'd throw it out there. See if anybody who's interested. Well, otherwise, I'll just throw it out there on eBay and see what we get for it. Okay. We'll pass. Oh, yeah. We almost forgot about these other items too. This is interesting. But we'll do that after this. Okay. So I'm just trying to check my list here. Make sure I didn't forget something. No. Okay. So another necklace. I'm bring the camera back up. The table here and down. And this is on a silver-plated chain. I think it's a short chain. It's like 18 or 16. And the characters on there may or may not be familiar to some. It's an 18-inch chain. It is not a silver pendant, but it is, if you recognize the movie Nightmare Before Christmas, I believe is what it's from. Let me get that off the screen. And so my daughter loves that movie, my oldest daughter. We'll start this at $6. Should have one other necklace somewhere here. Seems I've misplaced it. Oh, it's only one. Thought I had another pair of earrings here. Let's see where. All right. Huh. And have misplaced somewhere is a necklace I wrote down, but I don't seem to have it in front of me. That's strange. Okay. I don't know. Very unusual. All right. This is kind of strange. All right. It's not here. It's not here. All right. We will pass on that. Yeah, it is. Who is it? Tim Burton, right? Does that? Yeah, he's the producer or director. So I think we have it on DVD, but I'm not sure. I bet you she does know. Okay. I did find one other non-jewelry item. I got these from an estate sale. And I'm going to let you have them for a deal. These are brand new. This estate, it was sort of a slash bed and breakfast sort of place. These are all brand new cheese knives. Very, very sharp. And I think they're a brand name, but I'm not sure. American Metal Craft. Made in China, though. So I have 3 of them. We'll buy it now for each for $3. And you can, anybody interested in them? It looks like it's a stainless. It says the material on here. So this says hard cheese knife, 5¼ inch length. But there's the packaging that came in. Is it interesting? Something like that. Yeah, brand new. Like I said, they took them out of the package, but they are brand new. And they seem to be quite sharp. This is a marker on the marker on there. All one solid piece. Okay, I thought I had more than the. Okay. I wish I could find that other necklace. Just drove me nuts. It was a nice one too. Well, I don't know. Oh, I did show it. Okay. Good grief. That's why it wasn't where I was looking for it, because I'd shown it already. All right, let's hide that and pass. And put this back in their little sleeves so it won't get cut. Yeah, it was a bed and breakfast type combination. I think of bed and breakfast / in whatever, maybe even I think limited restaurant kind of thing. And they were doing some new owners were doing some significant renovation in this heart of Burlington. It was really a neat old house. I think the house was like 150 years old or more, all stone and brick. Pretty cool place. All right. Well, like I said, I have a bunch of dichroics, so I'm going. Like I said, I always do this till the end, and it's 10 o'clock. I usually try to wrap up by 10:30, but I'm tired. I guess it's been a crazy week. I got 3 of them. All these dichroics. So we're going to say dichroic pendants for choice. Starting bid $8. And so the way that works, if you're not familiar with this, is that the highest bidder gets to choose, or gets to choose one or more of these pendants if they're interested. So there's the first one. Gold and purple and green and blue. And the second one's got a kind of a more of a 3-dimensional look to it. It's really a layered piece. Yellow, white, pale blue, kind of a greenish center. And then the remaining one is purple and blue. Again, there's the back. And this one here, of course, is layered glass. So there's the back of yellow. I bet you this one's black. Yep, it's black. So I see Marlene at 8. Looks like an eye. Yeah, I didn't think of that. It's kind of cool. Again, they're all on a gold tone chain. And we will say going once, going twice. Last call. Sold to Marlene for number 8. $8. Number 2 and number 3. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody want the last one for $8? That's out there. Okay. I'm just double checking. I didn't forget something. Else that I had laying around, and I just didn't notice it, like I did with the knives. I forgot about them. They were kind of sitting off to the side. Nope. Okay. Well, that is it for me tonight, I think. I'm looking at my list here, making sure I didn't forget something. No, not at all. So, didn't give me a little extra hours, an extra bit of sleep tonight before I have to go work tomorrow. So, like I said, we'll be going. I'll be here next week, so we'll be able to. Oh, yeah, it's too bright. Sorry, I'm going to cover this light because it's too much there. Yeah, the going on vacation in 2 weeks. We'll be gone for a couple days, so do some gold panning on the Swift River in Maine. And it is if you're a person that's inclined to visit Maine, it's the Coos Canyon area. Really interesting waterfalls and stuff through there. Beautiful, and if you drive up through onto the Range of the Lakes region further up, which I'm very familiar with, beautiful scenery up through there. Waterfalls you can find. There's beaches, there's lakes, there's fishing, there's all kinds of really neat things up there, and the people are super. You've got to go through the mill town that I grew up in, which can be a bit smelly at times because it's a paper mill town. It's better than it was when I was growing up, but it's at times it's a little iffy. But yeah, I highly recommend the area. Yeah, some good places to stay up through there. If you want to go to a Rangeley Lakes region, I recommend highly the Rangeley Inn. I met the owner and the owners, I should say, and super people. It's a really nice area. It's mostly summer homes up through there, camps and things like that. So, okay. I'm not sure what I'll have next week, but probably a few more dichroics. I think we've got a couple left, and we'll see what we have. I've got to check a couple of my sources and see if we get anything new. Dig through some of the old stock we've got out there and see if there's something from 30 or 40 years ago that we just haven't pulled out of the bins yet. But yeah, I'll have a good weekend. Hope it's dry and warm where you are, and no tornadoes. I know that we don't get those here, so it's well, I shouldn't say that. We've had what they call water spouts on Lake Champlain, and I think they had a tornado once in the valley a long time ago, but it's not. No, we don't even have tornado sirens here, so it just doesn't happen. So, yes, I will try and I'll dig through the estate again. I was looking through it this week, actually. I just didn't pull anything just yet. Most of what I was going through was stuff I'd already shown in the past, so I was got to dig a little deeper into the boxes, and I got some more stuff out in the barn. I got to check, make sure I didn't leave anything out there that would be good. So, and of course, check our eBay store. The links are there on my channel here, and Vintage Dust Emporium. And I don't have a lot out there right now, maybe 100 or so items of miscellaneous stuff. Stuff I don't usually show in the auctions here. But I'll be posting a lot more in the next few weeks, I hope. Get my store stocked back up. But, anyway, I'll take care. And if you saw something earlier and nobody bid on it, of course, like I always say, let me know. Email. Have a blessed night, and thank you for being here.